All right, what's up, y'all? Let me talk to y'all for a second, man. Monday Night Raw. Can someone explain to me how this show has turned from good to bad to really good again in a very short amount of time? Like, we all know the prime of Raw, Attitude Era, things of that nature. And then we had one of the worst dark periods of Raw ever. That stretch of like 2017 to 2022, I guess, maybe 2021, that era of Raw was some of the worst wrestling television I've ever seen in my life. I've been alive for 24 years, and that era of Raw was the worst wrestling I ever saw. Like, it just, those are the days where I was doing live reactions on TikTok. I would go on Monday and just watch Raw with my TikTok community. And some of the most furious moments came from just watching Raw. Like, I remember crashing out, bro, when Nikki Ash cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Charlotte. For some reason, that infuriated me. I'm not a Charlotte fan. I'm not a Nikki Ash fan. But for some reason, that pissed me off. And I don't know if it was just like the combinations of just really bad Raw mixed with just a weird decision of Nikki Ash being a champion. You know, I don't know what it was that made me just lose it, you know. But the fact of the matter is, this show has been bad for so long. And Triple H came in, and there was like a honeymoon period when he came back. When he came back, there was a really nice honeymoon period because you were like, the shows were a lot more exciting because you didn't know what was going to happen. You knew Triple H creative was completely different, so you just expected something new. There's a time period where there were like returns every single week. He was just bringing people back. You know what I'm saying? And then I think it like ended around the time where Gargano and Candice LeRae came back. I think it was around that time. And he was just trying different things, you know? There were different storylines that Triple H was trying. And it was exciting, you know? But then the honeymoon period ends. And now we're at this point where it's just really good stories. You know, Judgment Day story, Alpha Academy story, Wyatt Six, you know what I'm saying? CM Punk, Rollins, and Drew. I don't know if I said that, but that's happening too. There's so many great things happening with this show. And it doesn't feel like 3 hours anymore. Monday Night Raw being a can't miss show now is just like the most insane thing to me because there was a huge period of Raw just being really, really bad. And Triple H came in and just flipped the script now to now, over time, all of the greatest stories in the company, for the most part, for the exception of the Bloodline, they're all on Raw. And he's fitting them all in 3 hours, you know? I think there's small things that are going wrong. Like, I hate the way the women's tag division is ran. The women's main championship, that whole picture with Liv and Rhea, I think that's going great, you know. I love the story they're doing with that. And it's just, it's creating new stars, you know. We had Bronson Reed come out and just demolish Rollins last week. I can't wait to see how they follow up with that. Because that's someone, Bronson was like a big person that I was worried about how they were going to handle him. You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, he was just floating there, you know. So it seems he took out Rollins. This could be leading to a match after Bash in Berlin. I don't think Rollins is going to make it to Bash in Berlin the way they are talking about it. I don't know. He might, you know what I'm saying? But that's a way to give Bronson a big match against all-time superstar at a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? So that's great. But I'm just really excited for this show, you know? We got Braun Breaker being IC champion. I don't know how he got a 2 out of 3 falls match against Sami tonight. Hopefully that's the main event. That's going to be freaking awesome. But there's a lot of great things happening on Raw right now. And they're setting up for the future of these younger superstars. And that's really all I can ask for. You know what I'm saying? I hate when this company used to just lean on the past superstars and not focus on the future. Because the future is what's going to get you for the next 10, 20 years. The legends, they're going to be there for a pop. They can be there for a rating. They can be there for a match or two. But they're not going to be here for the long haul. The Braun Breakers and the Carmelo Hayes and these younger superstars, they are going to be the people to bring the next generation in. You know what I'm saying? The way we grew up on Cena and Triple H and Batista and Hardy and Mysterio, these new kids are gonna grow up on Braun and Melo and Bianca and Liv and Rhea. That's their, those are that's their generation. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Triple H is prioritizing the young superstars over the legends for the most part, I love it. You have your veterans, you have your Drew McIntyres and your Rollins and your Punks, but they're doing great stuff right now. Those three are telling a great story. And you don't even know where it's going next. I don't know if they're doing a triple threat next. I don't know if Punk and Rollins have a match. Rollins and Drew have I don't know what's going on, but I love it. And the best thing about it, there's no world championship. So they're just fighting for the hate. And that's when wrestling is the best to me. Wrestling is at its peak when the wrestlers are just fighting because they don't like each other. Not fighting for no reason, because I think that can get confused. Not just a random match, but if you build a story between two wrestlers that just don't like each other, I feel like there's a lot more legs to go different places with that than just a championship. Because to me, a lot of wrestling is about motive, and when it's a championship on the line, the motive is to become champion. I don't know what the motive is with Punk and Drew. I don't know what their end game is, and that's what's the most interesting thing. I can't see the finish line, And I think for a lot of time, this company has been creating stories to where you could always see the finish line. The finish line was like after 2 weeks, they were like, all right, this feud's over. You know what I'm saying? Now Triple H has made these long, drawn out stories to where they can get boring after a while, but you can't see where it's going to end up. And I think that's the most interesting part about it. And a lot of these long-term stories are happening on Monday Night Raw. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the YS6 is leading. I have no idea where they are going as a group, but I know I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? Because they've made it interesting. And there's small cosmetic things they can change for Raw. Like, please give me my red ropes back. I'm not going to stop saying it until they do it. I need my red ropes. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? Heavy metal theme songs. I'm tired of that nut-ass theme song Raw got. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear a theme song that makes me want to run through a wall. Heavy metal, rock, screaming, yelling, electric guitars, all that. That's what I need to hear right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's small stuff that Raw can do to get better, but it doesn't need it. It's not something that's absolutely needed right now. It's just, it would help. Man, his breaks are trash. God damn. But yeah, they're just really small things that Raw can do to make the show that much better. But if you leave it alone, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? The way Raw is right now, it's perfectly fine. If it never changes right now, just as far as like cosmetically, I'll be all right. I'll complain about it maybe from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be all right. Because at the end of the day, the quality of the wrestling and the quality of the stories is top tier. And I remember the days, damn. Why you beep the horn like that? I'm sorry, I'm outside. There's a whole bunch of things going on here. But I remember the times when Raw was just can't miss. And a lot of it was when I was very, very young, So now Raw being can't miss again and I'm well into my 20s is insane to me, And I don't want it to stop, I don't think it's going to stop. I think Triple H has found his stride. And when Raw goes to Netflix, oh my God, oh man. When Raw goes to Netflix, I think the show is going to be that much better. Because then the handcuffs are off, you know what I'm saying? Now they could do whatever and say whatever. Well, not whatever, but you know what I mean. The limits of what they can do, they kind of stretch, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just really excited. I'm really excited for Raw. I'm really excited for the future of the company with Raw being the flagship show. Hopefully they can get SmackDown on the same track because SmackDown for a long time has been womp womp, you know what I'm saying? But I believe in them. I think they can do it. But anyway, man, what's your favorite part of Monday Night Raw right now? What's your favorite era of Raw? And what was your least favorite era of Raw? Mine was definitely the Thunderdome era. I think that's some of the worst Raw ever. You could say 2019 too. You could say before the Thunderdome, during, a little bit after, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bad Raw going on. But it ain't right now. And I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know, man. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new, subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below. Could I film you next mistake? I love you guys. And I will see you in the next video, man.